Make sure you stand till the end. We'll explain why it's super dangerous to have brake pulsation and how to avoid it as well. Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a car. It could be an SUV, a car, and you want to know what is a brake pulsation, how it can affect your car, and why it's very important to fix it on time, because it can cause damages to your suspension, other parts, and it can make your vehicle very unstable. Stay with us, we'll explain that in this video today. All that will be covered. Also, we'll explain how to avoid, guys, the thing that actually causes brake pulsation. Before we start, let me just tell you a little bit about us guys. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these absolutely free videos guys. We're constantly getting new cars here at the garage, working on that BMW now. We got a Dodge Challenger that will be working. We have more than 15 vehicles waiting to be shot guys, so videos are coming all the time. If you need help with anything, leave a comment below our videos and we'll try to make a video for your problem. That way we can help you, we can help other people with that problem, and we can build a community where we help each other. If you need to buy any parts tools for your car at a really good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from guys, and you can save a ton of money. So what we have here specifically guys, we'll be demonstrating on a BMW, but even if you have a different car, Asian, American, European, doesn't matter what it is guys, it will work on all of these vehicles guys. We have the whole front brakes removed here, so we can explain what we have specifically and what can easily cause brake pulsation. So usually you're going to have the disc rotor installed on the hub, right? On each side of the disc you're going to have brake pads, two brake pads, one here, and you have one brake pad, okay, on this side, two on this side, right there. Now what is interesting now here guys, okay, is, okay, let me just turn it that way. It needs to be that way so I can show you. Brake pulsation happens, but make sure to stand tuned and we'll explain how to avoid it so it doesn't happen, because sometimes we can see that happening on a brand new car that just sat at the dealer lot for a long time, and you buy it and you may experience brake pulsation. If your disc brake rotor is not even, it's not straight, what will happen, you have it's wrapped, it will have low and high spots, and as a result that brake pad, okay, when you apply the brakes, that brake pad, okay, will actually follow those low and high spots, and it will start going up and down. Eventually that up and down motion will be transferred to the caliper piston. This is the piston that applies pressure to the brake pads, so your vehicle starts stopping. But the brake pads will start pulsating, and it will transfer that thing, okay, that pulsation to the piston, from there to the hydraulic fluid, and it will come to the master cylinder, to the brake pedal guys, right there. So you will notice that your brake pedal will start pulsating. This will happen usually at high speed, so your brake starts getting hot, okay? You can start going downhill, usually you will start noticing it more at first at high speed, so it's if you hit the brakes and you start feeling the brake pedal, okay, vibrating, that's brake pulsation. Also, that pulsation will transfer from the wheel to the rack and pinion, because the rack and pinion is connected with the tie rods, and it will transfer to the steering wheel, and the steering wheel will start shaking. That is brake pulsation. What now causes it? We said uneven disc rotor, but what can cause that now? Every time you're replacing brake pads guys, you need to have the disc brake rotor replaced or resurfaced. If it's thick enough, we have a special video that explains, do I need new disc brake rotor? If it's thick enough guys, you will need to resurface it only. You take it to the parts store, and for a small fee they cut the top layer on each side, they remove the grooves, they make it nice and even again. Sometimes that just not having the rotor turn for a long time can cause brake pulsation. Number two, if the disc rotor is hot or you severely overheated your brakes, that can cause it in some cases. Number three, it could be if you hit the brakes and you went through a water puddle, okay, that water hitting the rotor can cause it as well, and sometimes it can even crack it, guys. And number four, it's something that most people never think about. Check this Dodge now, it's almost almost brand new here, guys, and sometimes we've seen it on a car with less than 1,000 miles. If you look towards the back rotor right here, we have a low spot right there. That low spot is caused because when you let your car sit for a long time without driving it, humidity and moisture will build up between the pad and the disc rotor. The disc rotor will start rusting. You can see the whole rotor usually will rust after rain, but that extra humidity that is just trapped there will keep eating the rotor. And when you apply the brakes, guys, later the brake pads will scrape that rust off and you're going to end up having a low spot, and that causes brake pulsation. So if you do not drive your car for a long time, okay, it's always a good idea to start it every week, drive it around the street, just hit the brakes a couple times to make sure they don't stop at the same place, and also you don't have the brake pad sitting in one spot for a long time. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.